Has COVID over the last 2 years made it more challenging for the climate agenda to move forward?
To a certain extent, yes, and to a certain extent, no. To a certain extent, yes, because obviously COVID also generated a lot of mistrust between developed and developing countries. I mean, vaccine inequity doesn't help to build trust. The fact that developed countries are today mobilizing about 28% of GDP to recover their economies, and they have the resources for that. Middle-income countries probably about 6% of their GDP. Low-income countries probably about 2% of their very small GDP. The fact that you have huge debt problems that are not properly addressed in the developing world. This inequity in relation to vaccines and in relation to recovery doesn't help to build trust. So obviously the COVID has created an environment that does not facilitate the countries coming together because they didn't come together effectively on the COVID. But at the same time, the COVID demonstrated our enormous fragility. I mean, it's a virus that is defeating. We are more than 1 year and a half after it started. And look at the United States, it's getting worse again. I mean, this is almost unimaginable. You have one wave, another wave, a third wave. I mean, we are extremely fragile as a planet and as societies. And we have many other problems in our societies, as we know, mistrust between people and institutions, all the problems democratic societies are facing. Many talk about the end of truth, scientific evidence is being put into question. So we have plenty of problems. But at least in relation to climate, less and less people are in climate denial. More and more people understand it's necessary to do, but we are not yet there. And even this increased conscience of fragility that the COVID brought has not yet allowed to wake up some, or at least many of our most powerful leaders.
As someone who talks to all of these leaders all the time, how have your perceptions changed of the Americans in the world and of the Chinese role in the world over your first term as Secretary?
I think the two countries have evolved enormously in the sense that the United States moved from the Trump administration to the Biden administration, and that of course represents a totally different view to look into governance. And I think that there is a serious effort to make lying wrong again in the American society, which is a positive thing. But we know that these things are always fragile. On the other hand, the truth is that China has become much more assertive about its economic weight and much more conscious about its role. And this evolution have created a basic misunderstanding about the two countries. And I've been saying since the beginning, it is clear for me that there is a clear divide in relation to human rights and a clear divide in relation to some geostrategic issues, namely the South China Sea. It is clear to me that there is an area where there should be convergence, climate. And there are areas where there should be a serious negotiation. There are differences, but I don't want to see the world divided into two. I don't want to see a global decoupling, economic and technological. I think it would be good to have one single economy with one single set of rules, but this requires a serious negotiation because obviously things have evolved. So obviously we need a redesign that requires a serious negotiation. The problem is that we had the division exacerbated on the questions of human rights and the questions and the geostrategic questions. That was inevitable. And we also had a division on all questions related to trade and technology. And so the only thing in which there is an area of potential convergence is climate.